I'm here, logged into my Urbit. I'm gonna do some regular maintenance that I usually do. I run bar pack. And I just recently did it, so it should go fast. There shouldn't be too much of a change. This should be read 2 megabytes. I gained 2 megabytes by running pack. Then I run bar meld. In the docs, you can look up pack and meld and see what they're doing. It mainly has to do with freeing up space in your RAM, your memory. It can make things run a little bit smoother. Sometimes you'll get a bail meme error, and meme, M-E-M-E, means you're out of memory. So you bailed because you ran out of memory. And a lot of times just the bar pack, which is like a pretty humble little thing, helps you out. Ooh, okay. And running meld gave me 3 more megabytes. You can get a lot more because I recently did that. But that is what I run in the dojo. And now the other half of some maintenance that I do, I'm going to exit because my Urbit is so big and old. It's going to take a bit. Here we go. While we're waiting. This is in the docs. Compact state. Ships have a default of 2 gigabyte limit on the size of their state. You can increase it with the loom flag. Sometimes the state can get big and exceed that 2 gigabyte limit. And you'll get a bail meme error. To fix this, you can reduce the size of the ship state. You can run pack. We ran bar pack inside of Dojo, but you can do it outside of Dojo just by calling the runtime binary like Urbit and asking it to pack it. This pack defragments the ship's snapshot. If you know what that means, I'm sure you just got excited. Mildly compacts the state. It's fast, little memory. Meld deduplicates the ship's snapshot. Can reduce the size significantly by half even. It says this can use a lot of RAM. I think meld actually ended up getting way more efficient than the last time this was written. So meld has actually become quite quick, which is a testament to the team building it. All right, my ship is now exited. It is stopped. Yeah, I'm going to show you some of the things that I do. You can remember this loom option. We'll come back to that. But mainly we'll truncate the event log. So before we were changing the RAM and the state, we're actually going to now reduce the size, like the actual storage size of the Urbit. This explains it a little bit. Event log, all the orders of everything that's ever happened. You can truncate it because it can get really big. The way that you would do that is by chopping. You can just chop the event log. I'm doing this Earth side. So now that we've exited, we can run this binary chop thing. And let's do that. Open this up. Let's see. If you look in here, my ship is in this pier or folder, and I can't just run it directly. I don't have permission, so I gotta do sudo the nordbird.run. We could have it run pack. We could have it run meld. Should we do chop? Before we do that, let's actually take a look at the event log. There we go. So I've got this like extra little window where I regularly look into my Urbit. So I am just inside the pier. And what I do is I look at the log. So there's like a .urbit/log. Let's see. If you look at the hidden things in your pier, you got list log of herb. Inside of there, you have check dev, git log, put, all this kind of stuff. I regularly look at like, I don't know, this du thing, whatever. In log, I can see these are epochs. They are like snapshots of the event log. So you're keeping copies of your Urbits that you can fall back to if you need to. And I don't totally get how that works. It's a part of the epoch system. It always keeps 2. And so there's one event log that's like just under 2 gigabytes. And there's a second event log that is 43 gigabytes, which is big. It is a big thing. If I go back and I run chop, it's going to tell me that it did nothing. So it attempts to grab the latest epoch, which is this identity or little ID, the 888. It's saying, this is the latest, but chop is doing nothing because the system's going to always keep 2 backups. So I can make a brand new backup. It'll back up the latest stuff that I have done by running roll. So roll is going to roll up all the events that I've done since the last epoch, and it just goes ahead and makes an epoch, and we will see what happens. Although I might have to increase the loom size so that this doesn't fail. Rolling a brand new epoch. Okay, cool. Hey, that worked out. I didn't have to increase my loom size at all. It handled it just fine. If we go and look at the file system and we try to read what's in there now, we have a less than 2 gigabyte log here. If I chop it now, I will just chop off 1.9. In fact, let's just see that happen. We're gonna come in here. We're gonna go back to chop. Chopping complete. We had deleted 588. And if we take a look, yes, indeed, we just got rid of that. So we are only left with this 43 gig and the 1.7 gig. But hey, that didn't really change the size of my Urbit at all. Let's run roll again. But we're going to find out, oh, you know what? You can't just roll something. There isn't any new information. So the last roll of epoch is empty. We're not going to make a thing. So the way that you get past that is you just run your Urbit, you just turn it back on, and everything happening here is an event. So now we have new event data. And so we can exit, and now we can roll. Rolling a new epoch. Okay, cool, we got a new epoch. And that sucker, let's take a look. Boom. Basically a carbon copy of this 1.7 gigabytes. And now we have this guy. This guy is ready to be chopped, and we're going to get rid of 43 gigabytes in our Urbit peer. This is a feel-good Urbit maintenance. There we go. We got rid of the big honking guy, deleted the 2888, and we can see that. Bingo! How nice, how attractive. There we go. That's it. That is my general Urbit maintenance. And so I think that's why I generally say to myself when I talk about like you say roll and chop, but I generally say, roll, chop. You basically have to do it 2 times to totally wipe out what you currently have. If you have a 50 gigabyte Urbit, do a roll, chop. But you're gonna have to a roll, run, roll, chop. If you wanted to one-shot this thing. All right. I am going to go back to my usual thing, which is when I run my Urbit. I'm running a bunch of different Urbits on this server, so I specify the port that it's in so that my reverse proxy caddy file operates properly, so HTTP port 8083. And then I increase the loom size, which is explained here. The loom flag, and you can decrease it to 1 gigabyte, default 20 gigabytes with this 31, or I have it at 8 gigabytes, which is 33. I think there might be a 34 option, but I think that's undocumented. And then I'm using the snapshot time. I've changed it to 64. So snapshot time is undocumented. Like you wouldn't find it in here, but this decreases the number of times you get a snapshot because snapshots can slow down your Urbit because every time it does it, it just takes a beat to happen. And if it happens too often, it can slow things down. The default for this is 2 minutes. This 64 makes it an hour between snaps. And that sped up my Urbit pretty well. But there we go. Bingo. Now we got a much lighter weight Urbit on kind of all fronts. Okay, there you go. This has been nordus-mocwyl. Good hygiene. Bye.